This is the non-English film's logical explanation video. There are many ways to arrive at the solution of this puzzle without guessing. This is just one way. Starting with rule number 4, we know Best Picture nominees, including a Best Picture winner, occupy the four corners of the grid. There are 5 Best Picture nominees in this grid. These are All Quiet on the Western Front, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Life is Beautiful, Parasite and Roma. Parasite is the single Best Picture winner and must be in one of the corners. Rule number 3, a zombie film is the only film from Asia in rows 1 or 2, prevents Parasite from being in either of the top corners. And rule number 2 prevents a movie from South Korea being in either of these left corners. This means Parasite must go in the bottom right corner. From rule number 3 we know Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon cannot go in either of the top corners, and it would be impossible to follow rule number 1 if we put Crouching Tiger in the bottom left corner, because there would be no other countries that can fit between China and South Korea in the bottom row. This means All Quiet on the Western Front, Life is Beautiful, and Roma are the remaining corner movies. According to rule number 5 we know the 2 most recent films in the grid are in row 4. Therefore All Quiet on the Western Front, from Germany, must be in the bottom left corner. Following rule number 1, Roma, from Mexico, and Life is Beautiful, from Italy, must go in the top left and top right corners, respectively. According to rule number 5 and rule number 3, row 1 needs 2 more movies with female leads, and they cannot be from Asia. The only movies that fit this description are Pan's Labyrinth and Amélie, from France. Therefore Pan's Labyrinth should be placed here in row 1, and Amélie should be placed here. According to rule number 2, the positions in column 1 must be filled with movies from countries that are only represented once in the grid. The remaining possible unplaced movies are Spirited Away, from Japan, City of God, from Brazil, A Separation, from Iran, and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, from China. Crouching Tiger and Spirited Away cannot go in column 1 because they would then make following rule number 1 impossible. Therefore City of God should be placed here in column 1 and A Separation should be placed here. Since A Separation is from Asia, it cannot be placed in row 2. Train to Busan is the zombie film from Asia that must be in row 1 or 2. With South Korea being the most eastern country represented in the first 2 rows, Train to Busan must be in column 4, meaning Train to Busan must be placed here in row 2 and column 4. Since Spirited Away is from the most eastern country represented in the grid, Spirited Away must go in the only remaining position left in column 4. The Untouchables, from France, is the only remaining non-Asian film that can replace Oldboy in row 2. And since France is west of Italy, The Untouchables must be placed to the left of Cinema Paradiso. RRR, from India is one of the 2 most recent films in the grid and so must be placed in row 4. 3 Idiots, from India, must remain in row 3, and Oldboy, from South Korea, must be swapped to row 3, so that movies from the same country are not in the same row. This leaves Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon here, in the final remaining position in the grid. If we check logic now, we'll see the logical is solved and without any guessing.